Good morning, students, and welcome to our course outcome 5 video lecture. So, to start, share ko lang yung slide ko. Energy metabolism. Okay. So, what is energy and metabolism? Let's break down the terms. When we say energy, this is the ability to promote change or do work. Okay. So, energy or enerhiya or lakas, na kailangan natin yan para makapag-survive tayo, essential for life, and for cellular activity. Now, there are two types of energy found in or among organisms, particularly plants, and that is chemical energy, which is stored in the bonds between atoms and molecules, and solar energy na makikita naman or harvested from the sun na tinatrap ng chloroplast. Whereas metabolism is the sum of all chemical reactions within a cell or an organism. Metabolism or panunaw or basically the summary of all chemical reactions inside a cell. Okay. There are two types of metabolism that will be discussed in this topic. First is catabolism, or the breakdown of large molecules into smaller units, which is an exergonic reaction. And of course, we have anabolism, which is the synthesis or buildup of large molecules from smaller units. It is an endergonic reaction. Now, what's the difference? So aside from the spelling, the difference is, of course, catabolism destroys or breaks down larger molecules into smaller ones. And when we say exergonic, it releases energy. On the other hand, anabolism is a type of metabolism that builds up. It builds up large molecules from smaller ones. Catabolism destroys, anabolism builds. Anabolism is an endergonic reaction, which means it requires or it absorbs energy. Pag pinag-uusapan natin yung energy metabolism, adenosine triphosphate or ATP plays a significant role. What is ATP? ATP is the primary energy currency in biological systems. What does that mean? Pag sinabi nating currency, pera, para siyang pera na ginagamit to transact, diba? To buy stuff, to pay your bills. So in the cellular world, ATP is used to power up cell activities, and it's an intermediate energy molecule. Okay? So, naalala nyo sa CO3, kaya bumubukas yung mga protein channel kasi gumagamit ng ATP. Okay? And kaya posible rin yung cell respiration kasi gumagawa ng ATP. So, ganun yung nangyayari. Okay? Now, in this video, which you can watch during your free time, discusses what is ATP and where it comes from. But moving forward, this is the structure of the adenosine triphosphate or ATP. It contains the following. We have the base called adenine, the sugar component called ribose. Pag pinagsama mo yan, adenosine, tawag sa kanila. And then we have the phosphate group called triphosphate. So that's why it's called adenosine triphosphate. Now, as you can see here, the triphosphate is joined together by phosphoester bond and phosphoanhydride bonds. Wow, ano yun? Big word. Pag sinabi nating phosphoester at phosphoanhydride bonds, it is a tight, strong bond, a type of acid anhydride bond, which is a high energy bond. Okay, and it requires water to destroy or to break apart the bonds of the phosphate groups. And that is what happened. Ito yung nangyayari during hydrolysis and condensation of ATP. So during hydrolysis, ito yung water right here is used to break up the bonds of the triphosphate. And when that happens, ay sinira ng tubig ang pagkakaibigan ng triphosphate. Mangyayari, ATP is converted to ADP or adenosine diphosphate. Energy is released and inorganic phosphate is formed. Sa inyo, di ba? So, hydrolysis ng ATP, yung tawag doon. Yung tubig, sinira yung bonds ng third link or third chain ng triphosphate, and as a result, ATP is converted to ADP and inorganic phosphate is released. This process is highly exergonic. What does that mean? Basically, pag na-convert daw at bago si ATP naging ADP at na-release si inorganic phosphate, magre-release din ng energy. Okay? So, yan. That is hydrolysis of ATP. Whereas, the reverse reaction, okay, tawag naman dun sa reverse reaction, yung kabaliktaran, is condensation. Condensation, on the other hand, so from ADP, gagawa naman ngayon ng ATP. Okay? And as a result, water is lost. Okay? Water is lost or water is released. This reaction, okay, which is of course endergonic. Okay? It absorbs energy. It requires energy. Hydrolysis, breaking down or conversion of ATP to ATP. Condensation, ATP turns back to ATP and water is lost or released. Cycle lang siya eh. Parang ganito yan. Sa cell respiration, gumagawa yung cytoplasm at mitochondria na maraming ATP galing sa pagkain na kinain natin, na absorb sa dugo natin at nakapasok sa cell. Yung hydrolysis naman, kapag bawa tatakbo tayo, maglalakad tayo na malayo, okay, you will engage in physical activities. ATP will be converted to ADP and inorganic phosphate for us to use energy. So simple as that. Okay? So the ATP and the ADP cycle, of course, when ATP is generated during cellular respiration, whether it be aerobic or anaerobic respiration or process of fermentation, okay, gumagawa ng ATP dyan. Tapos nagre-release naman ng energy during cellular process. Yun nga, physical activities, movement, anabolic practices, okay, and active transport. Yun. As we can see here, no, this is the graphical summary of the metabolic pathways found in both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. So, isa-isayin natin yan as we move along this lecture. Okay. So, our focus is of course chemotrophic energy metabolism. So, ano ibig sabihin nun? We say chemotrophic energy metabolism, it involves energy yielding oxidative, reductive, or oxidation reduction reaction. Wow. Pause lang mo natin. Oxidation reduction, also known as redox reaction. Okay, redox reaction. So, speaking of redox reaction, okay, we are going to watch this quick video. Okay. Si methane, siya yung ating oxidizing agent. Whereas si oxygen, okay, siya naman yung ating reducing agent. Okay. Leora Geroa. Okay. So the oxidizing agent is the one that is reduced or gains electron during the reaction. Okay. Geroa, diba? Whereas the reducing agent is the one that loses electron or Leora. Okay? So, ayun. Ito lang naman sinasabi niya, no? Oxidation cannot occur without reduction, alternately or vice versa. The reducing agent becomes oxidized and the oxidizing agent becomes reduced. Wow. Uli. Oh, ito lang yun. Kalma lang natin. Leora Geroa. Okay. Loss of electrons and hydrogen atoms is oxidation. Okay, pwede mo rin dyan i-consider yung gain of oxygen. Reducing agent. Reducing agent. Okay. So, yung methane na naging carbon dioxide, siya yung ating reducing agent. Nabanggit natin kanina. Yung oxygen naman na nag-gain ng hydrogen atoms, siya naman yung oxidizing agent. Okay. Gain of electrons is reduction. Pwede mo rin dyan isama yung nabawasan ng oxygen atoms, also known as oxidizing agent. Yeah. To simplify everything. Okay. So, Leora Geroa. Tandaan niya. Okay. Next. So, punta tayo dito, no? Sabi nga dito, enzymes that use NAD+ as cofactor for oxidation reactions bind NAD+ and the substrate. In an oxidation reduction reaction or redox reaction, 2 electrons and a proton are transferred to NAD+, forming NADH. Okay? So, nag-gain ng hydrogen atoms, oxidize. Okay? NADH diffuses away and can then donate electrons to other molecules. So, from NADH, naging NAD+. Nangyari? Loss of electrons. Okay. Oxidation. Gain of electrons, reduction. Alright. So either you use oil rig or Leo Sesger, as long as you understand the difference between reduction and oxidation, you'll be fine. Okay? So, in photosynthesis, okay, it is a type of a redox reaction. Okay? Redox reaction siya. Oxidation reduction reaction. Paano? Prove it to us, sir. Okay. So, we have here the reactants, 6 carbon dioxide molecules and 12 water molecules plus light energy yielding to the products glucose, or yung final product ng photosynthesis ay sucrose. Okay. Plus water and oxygen. So carbon dioxide gains electron and it reduces, or it is reduced to glucose. Okay, so si carbon dioxide ang ating oxidizing agent. Okay? Bakit? Kasi nga nakakuha siya ng electron. Okay, nakakuha siya ng electron at na-convert into glucose. Whereas yung tubig naman, siya naman ang ating reducing agent. Bakit? Kasi nawalan siya ng electron at na-oxidize. So water is converted to oxygen. Okay? So loss of electrons is oxidation reducing agent. Gain of electrons is reduction oxidizing agent. Okay? So, if you have reached the end of this video, this marks the end of part 1. And for our part 2, we're going to discuss light-dependent reactions. Thank you for watching part 1. This is Sir Ariel signing off.